fam? How are we doing today? It is Friday. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Live Streaming Pros Friday party. It's a little takeover today. My name is Melanie Dyann Howe, and I am a huge fan of Luria and the team at Live Streaming Pros. And today, man, I don't know. I mean, I tied Luria up and I was like, I'm taking over today. No, not really. I am super excited to be here with you guys today. We are going to do our weekly live Q&A, and I am here to help answer your questions. So I have something I want to show you guys today. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. If you guys have been here before and hung out when I've been on the show before, you know. And if you are new to the show or new to me, then you're going to know now that I am all about being scrappy. Now, I'm all about starting where you are. Very much, Luria and I have the exact same philosophy, which is start with what you have. Even if it's a phone, use that to go live. Add as you go, layer in new things as you go. And that's what I love to do. So I love to find new tricks and I love to share them as well. So I'm going to be sharing something with you guys that maybe some of you know that you can do with your live streams. Maybe some of you don't know that you can do with your live streams. So we are here today. Hello, everybody. We got all kinds of awesome people in the house. Hello, everybody. We've got all kinds of you guys. You guys are awesome. Mullane TV. We've got Glenda's Creative Place. Hello. Cosman's here. Hello, Cosman. How are you doing? Well, obviously, we've got all kinds of people. We've got John. Man, we got all kinds of people. Let's go. This is going to be fun. So this is a live Q&A. So feel free to ask questions. I'm going to do my best to answer whatever I can. If something is over my head or something I just can't answer, we got all kinds of awesome people in this audience today that maybe can also help us as well, right? So we're going to have a lot of fun. Definitely feel free to post those questions with a Q. Now, here's what I'll tell you to kind of give you maybe a little bit of help about what you might want to ask, right? So I will tell you that normally Luria, she uses ECAMM when she's going live. Now, she's a Mac user, of course, right? Now, that's a level 3 type of application. I, today, am using a level 2 application. I am using Streamyard, which is actually my level 2 application of choice. There's so many great choices out there. It happens to be the one that I love to use. And so we're streaming today with Streamyard. Now, you may have asked the question, you may be like, wait a second. I've seen those level 2 applications before, and how the heck did she get that transparent countdown, and how is she pushing music out? What in the world? So here's the thing. Even though you might be on a level 2 application, you can add other applications and combine them together to create what looks like a level 3 application, right? A level 3 type of stream. So these are the types of things that I love to figure out and I love to geek out on. So if you're one of those people that is ready to upgrade to a level 2, let's talk about that. If you're somebody who is using level 2 and wants to maybe try some of these other things without going to level 3 yet, let's talk about that too. If you want to talk about microphones, if you want to know what microphone I'm using, if you want to know about cameras, we can talk about those. Lights, if you want to know what lights I'm using behind me, let's talk about that stuff, right? That we're here to talk about you and your live streaming questions. Also, I will tell you, I love to talk content strategy. So if you have questions about what should go into your live shows, maybe how to find good guests for your live shows, maybe some tips about how to have a good experience with a guest for your live shows, those types of things, right? Let's talk about that as well. So this is going to be a fun day today, super fun stream. We're going to have a lot of fun. So I'm going to actually answer Sammy's question really quick. So I do see that Sammy has a question. Let's pull that one up because it's right here. So he says, why do you like StreamYard? I've been curious about this question. Here's the thing. I personally love StreamYard because I really do find that it's very easy to use. In fact, that's one of their core pillars at StreamYard is ease of use. So really, StreamYard is great because anyone can essentially open up the application, and within a few minutes, you can learn how to create great live shows. In fact, you can create great live shows and do things like I'm doing, which is put a little banner at the bottom of the screen, maybe a little running ticker that goes across with a special announcement on it, maybe display a comment right here, which is also really great for fostering engagement. And so I like StreamYard because, and any level 2 application, but I really do prefer StreamYard because I do find that it's a very stable platform. There are rarely any issues ever. I mean, very rarely. And I also just love how easy it is to use. As a live streaming mentor myself, just like Luria, I also love using applications that I think my audience can easily adapt to. And I think that it's, again, just simple for anyone to create that account, open it up, and start going live and sharing their screens and doing all kinds of cool things, even with just the free account or even uploading the free account. So if you guys want to grab an account and try that out, definitely grab this link right here, and you will be able to come hang out and get a free plan on a free trial for that StreamYard account. So we will definitely be talking about that if you guys want. We absolutely can. I want to show you guys something. I got to say, I want to show you guys something. So I definitely want you guys to keep posting those questions. We're going to get to them. I'm going to do something that is probably going to break the stream for a moment. But, well, I guess before I show you guys this cool new thing that I just literally just discovered literally within the last week that is pretty fun, pretty quirky, and definitely very creative that anyone can do. And no matter what application you're using. So I'm going to show you that. But I know that some people have questions and they want to know, how in the world did I actually play music, and how am I using a Stream Deck and all the things with StreamYard? I will tell you that I'm also using OBS. So I'm actually using OBS, the virtual camera feature, so I can set up those scenes very much like an ECAMM or vMix, right? So OBS is really just another level 3 type of application. It just happens to be free. It happens to be the one that I chose to use because I really like free. I mean, keyword is free. Can I get any more honest? I mean, honestly, it's free and it lets you do some really cool things. And when you use it and you turn on that virtual camera, when you open up your StreamYard, Stream, or any other application, even Zoom, when you go to select your webcam, as long as your OBS virtual camera is turned on, it's actually going to allow you to select that, and that will be what shows up, meaning whatever's being displayed in OBS, whatever you've custom configured, is also going to be what's displayed. So that's how I'm able to switch my cameras, and I'm using a Stream Deck because that Stream Deck is controlling OBS, which is on my right screen over here. And what you see here is what I'm controlling with OBS right now. Okay, and so I can also click my button that goes to my little Canon cam. I will tell you, the lava lamp, this one, I didn't turn it on early enough. So the wax is a little wonky right now. It hasn't had enough time to melt. So it is a lava lamp. It is kind of on the struggle bus right now. It might get there by the end of the stream. We'll see what happens. But I'm also using the Wavelink application, which I know that Luria has talked about the Elgato Wave 1 and the Elgato Wave 3 microphones before. So if you haven't checked out those videos, you can check those out on the YouTube channel for sure. There's some really good videos on them. And she talks about how to set up the Wavelink application. That is what I'm using. This will work on a Mac or a PC. The Wavelink application is essentially a virtual audio mixer, and it comes free with the Elgato Wave 1 or the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which is a USB microphone that sounds pretty amazing, I think. I mean, for a USB microphone, it sounds pretty awesome. But I love that it comes with this application that will allow you to, and I'm going to show it to you in just a sec, it will allow you to control sounds. And so what I am actually doing today, again, here's my OBS application. So what's in this screen is what you see in my webcam view. But over here, I've set up various inputs for my audio. In fact, one thing that I recently added were sound effects. So for example, if you have something to celebrate and you have something awesome, I can give you the applause. How fun is that, right? So I know that I think Luria does things like this with her Rodecaster Pro. That's one of the most popular ways that people play sound effects. But one of the things that's really cool is inside the Wavelink app, you can set up sound effects and you can configure those sound effects to your Stream Deck. And so I've done that. I'm using Epidemic sound effects. So I'm sure that I'll have Kathleen post a link for you guys to check out Epidemic Sound. That's the music we were playing in the beginning. And it is also where I got the sound effects. There's all kinds of great things like the gong. Everybody loves a good gong, right? Everybody loves a good gong. So that's also something you can do. So if you are, again, I just always like to share this because you can go level 3, you can go level 4 and have all the hardware. But if you're still at level 2 and that's where you're comfortable, you can also add things in and you can get to a point where you can stream very much like a level 3 or level 4 streamer. So that's what I wanted to show you guys really quick. All right, now we got questions coming. one more thing, and then I'm going to jump into your questions because you guys have great questions for me. So here's the deal. I don't know if anybody has heard of this before, so I'm curious if you have. Have you heard of Snapcam? Has anyone else used Snapcam? Has anyone heard of Snapcam? If so, I'm going to need to know in the comments. I am going to show this to you. It's probably going to break the stream for a second. And if it breaks the stream, it's not going to break the stream. It might break my camera connection. And if it does that, I'm going to disappear for a minute and come back. Do not leave. So if it does this, do not leave. Okay, so I'm going to switch my camera to, this is going to be, I did this the other day, and I'm just going to pray that it's going to work. All right, so I'm going to switch to my, well, hold on. Let me get there. Oh, wait, it's not plugged in. I got to plug it in. No, I'm not going to switch. Hold on. This is good. I like this. I think of myself as a level 1 through 4, so maybe we need a level 5. I like it. All of the above. I think it's good. Yeah, CK says, I recently heard of Snapcam. Okay, cool. Very good. Very good. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this thing because it is so stinking cool. Okay, let me do this really fast. I'm going to have to switch my camera because it won't pull up unless I switch. Hold on. I knew that this was going to give me fits. You guys have to see this. You guys are going to literally be like, I had no idea you could do that. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I know what I could do. All right. Here's what we're doing. Hold on a second. I'm also going to use an app called Reincubate Camo, which actually is going to, no, I'm not. You guys are making a liar of me. Yes, I am. I do. This is another app. So you're getting a bonus right now. Okay, so Reincubate Camo is actually an application that you can use to basically stream your phone. It's a way to use your phone with your hold on. There we go. Okay, I had to disconnect one of my plugins there. So if you plug your phone in, use Reincubate Camo. It's a free application you download on your phone and your computer. And when you do that, it's actually going to turn your camera into a webcam. So it's also another thing that is pretty popular, or people want to do that. They want to be able to set that up. So we're going to turn that on really quick. I got to open the app. Reincubate Camo. Camo Studio is opening. I just did all this. Okay, here we go. So this is this is a really fast way, by the way, if you want to do a behind the scenes. So for example, voila, I'm behind the scenes, showing you behind the scenes. Now, while I do this, I'm actually going to check out, I'm going to change some things here. So watch this. So we're going to turn off OBS. I'm going to close OBS because I'm going to switch to the Snapcam. I'm going to open it up. Snap camera. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to now switch right here to the Snap Camera virtual camera. So virtual camera, I explained kind of what a virtual camera was a second ago. Now the Snap camera is here. So you're going to see me switch up. And now I'm back, but I'm actually using the Snap camera app. So let me show this to you. I'm going to share my screen so you can see what this looks like. Okay. Here's the Snap camera app. And much like you would expect, you can pick filters and it will change you. So I'm going to go back to me. So I'm going to pick this cartoon filter here in a sec. I'm going to go back to me. So here I am. And watch me change. I think it's so silly. Like, first of all, it makes me have the skinniest neck ever. And then I have this, like, I don't even know. Like, I'm not even sure what this is. So you guys, this is definitely one of those crazy things that you can do. So Snap camera is how I'm doing this. Now, there's other stuff you can do too. This one, it's like, it's growing stuff on my head, you know, so there's all kinds. So this is called Snap Camera. It's free. You can download it onto your computer. And when you do, it's actually just going to, basically, you're going to connect your camera and then it is a virtual camera. So we talked about what virtual cameras were a second ago. And essentially what it is it's an application that's third party that will manipulate or control your webcam view. And then when you go to Zoom, even, you can do this in Zoom. You could literally be a comic. This makes me look like a man, but it's okay. You could be a comic character in your Zoom meeting if you really wanted to, and you can go to Zoom, and when you select your webcam, as long as you have the Snap camera back in your computer, it will show up as one of your webcam options. And so you select Snap camera, and there it's going to be. Now, if you turn off you can have no filter on at all, or you can go to these different filters. Here's one that's pretty interesting. Whoa, I don't even know what that is. That one broke for a second. Hold on. This one takes a second. Hi. This one's called like vintage. I don't know. I'm not even really sure. It makes me look like a 1930s like cigarette ad or something. That's what I think. That's what I think it looks like. But I don't know. You guys tell me, right? So, yes, I'm breaking things. I'm doing all kinds of things. Stay young forever. Oh, there's a baby filter. Do you want to see that one? I think this one's creepy. This one creeps me out. I do not like this one. It's very, very creepy. So there you go. I wanted to show that to you guys because it's interesting, as you know, Intan says, right? Here's the deal. When would you use this? I think you could use it for funny streams, for game shows. There are a lot of filters in here. This one is creepy, and this one is weird. It's called Divas Cat. So again, you can get all Halloween and spooky and do whatever you want with it. So I wanted to show that to you guys because it's something I just learned. And I go back to the cigarette ad one more time. I definitely think that this is something that you would want to be careful with, but at the same time, every once in a while, it could be a lot of fun. And so the reason I say be careful is because it's going to probably be a little distracting. It's going to be a distraction from your content. So if you're having a party stream or having something fun or a theme or something like that, you could definitely have some fun with it, but you definitely want to be a little bit careful with it as well. That's my suggestion. So that's kind of my thought about it. Okay, let me get back to normal here. So this is a process because I've got multiple cameras being used in multiple applications. So I have to close. I'm going to switch. Actually, I'm going to switch to the camo. I'll turn my phone sideways so we fill the screen here. All right, I'm going to switch my camera back to re-incubate camo, which is going to let my phone be the browser, right? And so, I thought I was going to turn. Oh, it's being weird. There we go. No, it's being weird. Okay, not perfect. Now I'm going to open up OBS again. I'm going to close Snap Camera. I'm going to open up my OBS so I can come back to you guys so we can get back in business. And we're going to get into some questions. All right? That's what we're going to do. All right. Start virtual camera. Change my things back up. OBS virtual camera. Back in business. Okay, back at it. All right, my friends, let's do this. Let's answer some questions because Divas Cat is hilarious. The Divas Cat definitely reminds me of the poor guy that like couldn't get the filter off on the Zoom call, and it was I think it was an attorney, and he was like, "I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat." Like it was just kind of really pretty serious. Yeah. So here's the deal. So that Snap Camera is a Snapchat program. It's made by Snapchat. But it is free, and I don't think you have to have a Snapchat account or anything. You just go download it. So Snap Camera is what it's called. So, go check that out if you guys haven't already. Like I said, it's great. Yeah, it's great for Halloween. Definitely one of those things that, it just, you can use it for some things, but I wouldn't use it all the time. So, okay, let me get going here. Let me get my document ready so we can start answering some questions. We'll have some fun here. Okay, so here's the deal. Matt in the kitchen said, I thought browser-based applications were stuck at 720p, but this is 1080. Has it changed recently? So Matt, here's the deal. So many of the level 2 applications like RESTREAM, StreamYard, even BeLive TV, I think all of them now have the capability to output 1080p. However, I know for a fact, StreamYard, you have to be on the professional plan to be able to stream at that 1080p. Otherwise, your maximum output is 720. I do believe right now as well, StreamYard's output is also 30 frames per second. They're not yet 60 frames per second at that 1080, so there's that as well. I don't know for a fact what the others are, but maybe somebody else can chime in if they know. What I was going to say about that is, we're on YouTube right now. So YouTube obviously has the capability of 1080. It always looks great. Over on Facebook, for example, the maximum for most people, even if you're using an application that's pushing out a 1080 signal, it's going to downsample that to a 720 signal. So it also kind of has to do with your capabilities, what the applications have given you access to as far as a feature of streaming at 1080p. So yes, we are streaming at 1080p today. Like I said, you have to be on the highest tiered paid plan with StreamYard StreamYard as of right now to be able to stream out at 1080p. But yes, they have the capabilities now, so certainly something to check out. All right, so CK has a question. She says, any new thoughts on Kapung? I'm seeing more tracking from other creators and wondering if you've been able to play around with it more. So CK knows that I kind of started playing around with Kapung a while ago. So Kapung, it's literally Kapwing. And Kapung is actually an application that's it's similar but different than Canva. Canva is a really popular application that many people use. But Kapung actually has some different capabilities in regards to creating some custom animations. So it's actually pretty slick. It is a little bit of a learning curve to use, but it is actually a pretty good application. However, when I first kind of landed into it and started playing around with it, I did find that it was a bit buggy. And it isn't a newer application, and a lot of times when we have these newer applications, they have a lot of bugs in them. And so also depending on the size of the team, the size of that, the funding behind that application and the development, it may take longer for them to fix the bugs or to work them out. I know that I've been in communication with Kapung about a few of the bugs that I've discovered, and they have not yet been resolved. So, and that's been probably 6 months. And so as far as have I played around with it, I haven't played around with it a ton, but I have played around with it enough to know I think it's very promising in regards to letting, again, the non-designer create graphics for their streams, including some of those transparent GIF files, which you can upload into the application. In fact, I'm going to upload one really fast because I want to show it to you. Because speaking of, if you're a StreamYard user, make sure you're part of the StreamYard Facebook group because they just gave free graphics for Halloween. For the month of October, which I thought were super fun. Again, you would want to be careful how you use these, but I'm going to show you what a transparent animation looks like when it's used in a level 2 application. We see Luria use a lot of these types of animations and graphics in her streams, but she's using them in ECAMM. But I want to show you what it looks like if it is in the actual application, a level 2 application. In order for it to work in a level 2 application, it has to be a transparent GIF file. Or a GIF file at all, like really. And it has to be under 3 megabytes, which can be a little tricky sometimes, getting that file to look good, but also still be under 3 megabytes. So that's why I find Kapung to be kind of exciting, is that it actually allows us to, the non-designers, the non-Adobe people, the non Paul Dixons, to be able to create some graphics that are fairly, I'll call them amateur, but DIY style, right, with these applications. So Kapung is one of those that is promising and gives us the option. So like this. So this is this is a GIF file, and it is transparent, which is why I'm still able to be seen with the cat. And so when I came on the show a long time ago, almost a year ago, actually, my first appearance on the Live Streaming Pros channel, I talked about how I figured out this way to create these graphics using a few different applications together. Kapung, if they can fix their bugs, they could be a one-stop shop to create some of these types of graphics for you. So it's a great app. I hope it comes. I hope they get it figured out, and I hope they do that. That cat, by the way, as I said, is one of those free graphics that StreamYard provided to their users. You just have to go to their Facebook group, and you'll see a pinned post from Julie Riley for it. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So, good question, though. Loved that question. Oh, we got a super chat. Woo! Hey! Well, thank you so much, Floyd Fernandez. Super, super awesome that you're supporting the channel. Definitely appreciate you for doing that. So fun stuff, right? Now, again, I don't think people also realize that super chats come through in StreamYard. So they show up in a whole different color, which is really important. So you can thank your audience member who is providing you with a super chat. So thank you again, Floyd Fernandez, for that super chat. Super awesome. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay. Hold on. Let me see here. Will Snap Camera work in ECAMM? Ooh, that's a great question. I actually haven't had a chance to test it in OBS, but I did have one of my group members tell me that he tried to figure it out. He did figure out how to get it to work in OBS, but then he said there were a couple of weird nuances with it, so he kind of gave up on it. I would suspect that you could find a way to get it to work. It would be a source. I just don't know if it would need to be a unique type of source. I'm guessing that it would still be a video source, like, a webcam source, but you would have to have Snap Camera open when you go to select it. So it's probably one of those weird things of the order of when things are turned on and how they go. So Glenda's Creative Place asked that question as well. And she's one of our members. So super awesome to have you ask that question, Glenda. Okay, let me get to the next question. So we've got Sictor. I hope I'm saying that right. Hello. Does the Sony ZV10 is perfect for content creators? Product review videos look like mobile, RAM, microphone, unboxing, and reviews. So I don't personally own this camera just yet. I know that every video I have seen from content creators, including one of our friends who's in the chat today, James Hicks, I know he recently just got this camera and totally was like, oh, that's my new camera. That's my new dominant camera. It's my new main camera. And I know Lori has done some content on this camera as well. I have heard that it is essentially, here's the Canon M50 was like that awesome vlogging camera that everybody loved, right? It had some challenges when it comes to using it for streaming. The newer Canon that they came out with, the M2, the M52, gosh, I think that's what it's called. It solved some of those problems, but it's a great vlogging camera. In fact, my lava lamp camera that we saw earlier is actually a Canon M50. That is a Canon M50 that is being used, plugged in to my computer, and I'm using the Canon webcam utility application, which is how I'm able to achieve that clean HDMI. It's not going to be a super high resolution camera because we're using the app versus the Cam Link, but there's that. From what I understand, and the way that it's been explained to people is that the ZV10 is actually like taking the Sony A6100 or A6400 and combining it with that Canon M50 and like taking the best of all the features of both those cameras and kind of combining it into one. It's lightweight, like the Canons. It's a mirrorless camera, of course. You can put the Sigma lenses on it, which is awesome. So you can put different lenses on it, and it will stream really well. Thank you, M50 Mark II. Thank you for that, David. That's the updated version of the Canon M50. So I do think it would be a great camera. I think that you're going to find that if you do your research, that people are basically saying this is the new camera. This is the camera to go to. So if you're still looking at buying your first, mirrorless camera for streaming or whatever, this is going to be a really versatile camera for you because it is going to be great for vlogging as well as different shots that you want to use it for, as well as streaming, which in my opinion, if you're going to spend that kind of money, you definitely want to find a camera that is going to be versatile for your needs. So, you may just be wanting to live stream and that's it. Well, it's like the best camera that everybody is talking about right now for that. But if you want to do vlogs and you maybe are thinking about live streaming later, get that camera because it's going to let you move into live streaming as well. So anytime you can get a camera that has dual purposes, you definitely want to go with that. Right? So, all right. Woo! We got another super chat. Thank you, Savage Scientist. That is awesome. Super, super appreciate you supporting the channel today. Definitely going to be super fun. Barry Johnson sent you there. Well, Barry Johnson, thank you for doing that. Welcome to the stream. Okay, next question. So Sammy Superstar also has another question. He says, what's your favorite part of live video? Oh, Sammy. And Sammy's been one of our members for a year. We love Sammy. We love you, Sammy. So everybody loves Sammy, right? You all know Sammy. Here's the deal. My favorite part about live streaming is number one, the connection I can make with my audience. That is my absolute tippy top favorite part of live streaming. It's the ability to actually connect with my audience live. Nothing can compare. When it comes to creating media or doing marketing online, you can send emails, you can create social media posts, you can do podcasts, you can do all kinds of things. You can record videos and upload them as pre-recorded videos, right? But what I absolutely love about live video is that it's two-way communication in the moment. And it's the only form of communication that's like that. Now, we have live audio that's sort of up and coming right now. That is, of course, similar. But for my audience, for you all to see me, for you to see my face, you to see how I move, you see how excited I get about certain things, you can hear it in my voice in the moment. You can talk to me. You can ask a question. And I can see your comment. I can see your question. And I can answer your question live. That is the best way to connect with your audience. And so in my opinion, that is the best part about live video, is that communication and that connection that I'm able to create with my audience, but also, and the other way around, Sammy, I'm able to hear and learn from the audience. I'm able to pay attention to the questions that are getting asked, right? I'm able to see how you respond to certain things. Like when I showed the snap camera, I was able to see your response, right? If like nobody really thought that was cool, then I'm like, okay, cool. My audience isn't really into that stuff. That's fine. Now I know. And I do think that there's a lot of value in that. And I think that live video is the most engaging kind of content you can create. And again, it's that way to create a relationship and a connection with your audience, which is going to help you serve them better, which is going to help them learn more and grow more and receive your gifts that you have to give them and just come back for more. And you build a relationship. It's like so many people that are here, this is not your first time catching the live stream channel, the Live Streaming Pros channel. Might be your first time hanging out with me, but it's not your first time here, right? And you come back. And that's because of that connection you've established with Luria and the guests that she brings on the show. So love that question. It was an easy one for me to answer because it's something I just am very passionate about. So a lot of good stuff there. Okay, so we got another question from Sammy Superstar. He says, have you ever recorded a video in StreamYard or Restream? Yes. I have not recorded one in Restream, but I definitely have recorded one in StreamYard. So one of the things that's really cool about these level 2 applications is they are pretty versatile. And so you can go live with them, of course, but there is also the option, if you're on a paid plan, to not go live, but to still use the application to create a video. So things like pulling up a banner, pulling up an overlay. So if I wanted to create a video, and it was a Live Streaming Pros video, and I wanted to talk about something and create just a little promotional video, and I wanted to talk about getting those graphics for your streams, I could literally just have this overlay uploaded. I could talk about how great the graphics are. I could even show some of the graphics. Like I could say, what about, overlays like this to add in your stream, the character, right? The good old lamb. Then we could put the lamb out to the side. You can get these graphics from us. All you have to do is go to livestreampros.com/store and you can find your own graphics for live streaming. And record. Now I just created a promotional video that does not require a post-production editing in a video editing app where I add those overlays. I just use the StreamYard application to record that video. You can also have video clips and other things in your video as well. If you want to do a tutorial or a demo video and share your screen, all of those features, you can just record a video using the StreamYard Studio. And then when you're done recording, you'll have that video that you can use to email your list, to upload to YouTube, wherever. So yes, I have done it, and I love that feature. It makes it pretty easy to create some pretty cool videos. So definitely for sure. So Landlord Advocates is here. Hello, my friend. He says, it is so nice when viewers to our channel and to our live shows call our office from all over the United States who share their gratitude and appreciation because they saw your live. Yeah, super. And that's another thing that's great about live videos. Sammy was asking earlier, what's your favorite part about live streaming? And I said the connection. But another thing here is that you can absolutely reach an audience from all over the world. And so it does allow you to reach more people and to create those connections and to have those conversations with people. And I love I love this example of they call in because they saw one of your live videos and they love that, right? So I like it. Laura says, it makes me feel less lonely in the world to see you all. Yeah. So again, that community, you can build a community with your live videos. And I think that is absolutely one of the coolest things, one of the greatest things that you can do with live video for sure. Anthony Mistrada. Hello, Anthony. Hello. He says, a connection that offers the most meaningful flow possible. Totally love that. Totally love that. Okay, cool. If you guys have more questions, post them in the comments with a Q in front. Okay, we can talk about whatever you want. Okay, so we've got some more questions. I want to cover a couple more here that we have. So let's see. Kathleen has a question for us. She's got a question. What's the one tool you'd give to everyone if you could? Your all-time fave. Oh my goodness. That is a tough one. What is the one tool you'd give to everyone if you could? Your all-time fave. Okay, I will say this is not really what she's asking, but the one tool that I would like to give everyone would be confidence. The ability to take action. That is what I would want. Because I think that no matter what we have, no matter what graphics or fancy softwares or fancy cameras or fancy microphones, none of it matters if we can't step into taking action, right? And so for me, if I could give anybody anything, it would be that ability to take action. Now, I said confidence, but the real thing is this. You don't get confident before you take action. You can't wait to be confident to take action like creating live videos or going live. You have to take action because we gain confidence from taking action. It's so often that we think it's the other way around. We say, oh, I'm not quite ready yet. I need to practice first. No, you need to go for it. You need to get into it, get into motion, get into action, and that confidence will actually build from those actions you take. And so that is definitely what I would say. If I were to say what real tool would I give people, man, that's a tough one. What tool would I give everyone? Oh man, Kathleen. I want to give every tool to them. My favorite tools, Canva is definitely, I think, one of the best tools that anyone can use and that everyone should use. But I don't need to give it to anybody because it's free. There's a free application. So many of these tools that we have, there are free versions of everything. I'm going to stick with what I said. I'm going to say that ability to take action. I think that's definitely critical, definitely key. So there's an app for that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. What camera lens are you using? Yes. Okay. So Aaron wants to know what camera lens I am using. I am using, ready? Drum roll. The Sigma. I'm using the Sigma 16 millimeter 1.4, whatever the heck the real description is. The E-mount, the Sony E-mount, blah, 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 blah. I know that Kathleen has a link to that one where you can buy that. So that is actually a camera that is mounted. I'm using a Sony A6100 camera with that Sigma lens, which is why we have that beautiful bokeh, as some people like to call it, or bokeh, whatever you want to call it, that gives me that blurred effect in the background. And I'm using the cam link, so it's actually plugged into the cam link. And then my other cameras, just so that we can all get after it. This particular camera is actually the Logitech Brio, but it's like not looking correct, and I'm still working on figuring out why. It has something to do with it coming into OBS. Something about it going into OBS. It's not quite what I want. That camera looks a lot better than what you see. And then the other camera that I have is the Canon M50. But that is, oh, look, the lava's looking better. See, I told you we just needed to give it a little bit more time. That lava's looking pretty normal now over there. We got the sparkles, and then we got the real lava lamp. But yeah, so those are the cameras that I'm using. Now the Canon is actually just hooked into the micro HDMI into the USB into my computer. And then I am using the webcam utility app. So you don't have to have a capture card. You can use the webcam utility apps that almost all of these camera companies have come out with, but they aren't perfect. You are going to get a little bit of a, sometimes they will, the resolution will come down a little bit. So, okay, let me say, what's up? Okay, let me see here. ECAMM, live, and Restream. Question in 2 parts. Did you have a question? Definitely post your questions for sure. Would love to see that. So, okay, CK says, have you jumped into TikTok yet? If so, how are you using it within your streaming VOD strategy? No, I haven't. I have not. Here's somebody that I want you to pay attention to. Her name is Nika Stewart. So Nika Stewart she is using TikTok. And Nika is a phenomenal person. She's super entertaining. She's one of our Streamer Accelerator members. She's awesome. And I think she is. I'm pretty sure she's a Streamer Accelerator member. Pretty sure she is. But she's using TikTok. So definitely check out her content. She's also talking about using short form content and where it falls and where it fits and how to be strategic with it. So she does a lot of things with TikTok. And I see her using it to kind of like be entertaining and attract an audience. And then she's using her live streams to go deeper into her content. So she's using those, a lot of people are using, Reels, although I think Reels is now IG something else. I don't know. I can't keep up with Instagram. But they're using those short videos as a way to create just quick, engaging tips, but also an entertainment factor, and letting a little bit of their personality out a little bit more like colorfully, right? And then also they're using it as teaser content into their long form content. That's what I'm seeing. I am not currently doing that or using that strategy, but that's how I'm seeing people use it from the outside looking in. But Nika Stewart is somebody that I would definitely pay attention to and check out because she's doing a lot of really great stuff with her short form stuff. So hello, Eric. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. It moved on me super fast. There we go. So thank you. So there's Nika's TikTok. Check her out. Like I said, she's doing lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. Minister and Me says that mic sounds great. Is that the Wave 3? It sure is, my friend. It sure is. So this is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Love this microphone. Like I said, I really love it because it's basically a Lewitt microphone in a plastic case. Like, it is so good. This mic sounds great. I have used it for my podcast. I've used it for my live streams. I have it a little further away today, but I mean, if I get up in here, I mean, it is like an amazing microphone. So if you're one of those people that's like all about getting up in there and like you don't care about that mic being in the shot, listen to this mic. It sounds amazing. But it also sounds great, if you don't have it right up in your face. It's a great mic. I love the mic because it's a USB plug and play and it's good to go. But I also love it because it comes with the Wavelink application, which is super, super, super awesome. It's basically a virtual audio mixer and it's free. So love it. Yep. Sammy says the Wave 3 is a great mic. Sammy would know. Sammy's tried all the mics, I think. Right, Sammy? I think you've tried like all the mics in the world. Okay. Well, my friends, let's see. If you have any more questions, I definitely have time to hang out and get some more questions answered for you guys. I'm going to check on you guys in the comments here. Confidence. Yes. I was born with a speech impediment, but I have not allowed it to stop me. I did for some time. I regret it. Make it happen, folks. There you go. Those are words of wisdom right there. Words of wisdom. I absolutely love it. Super good stuff right there. By the way, I wanted to make sure that, let me see here. I was going up in the comments because I saw something earlier and I wanted to grab it. I lost it for a sec. Hold on. So again, if you're just now joining us, I'm using StreamYard. So I can see all your comments inside here, just like all these. It's a level 2 application. Super, super fun stuff. Reading all of your supportive comments. I love it. I did. Oh, well, thank you, Mike Quinn Studios. I appreciate that comment. It's always good. Okay, so Landlord Advocate says, we've not tried Restream, but have found StreamYard is very elementary to use, but it will be great when StreamYard integrates better use of Stream Deck. This is interesting because this is actually becoming a conversation more and more and more. And so Stream Deck does not currently integrate with StreamYard. Like, there are ways around it. So there are some hotkeys. Like, for example, the space bar is actually an undo button. I don't know if anybody knew that. I'm literally hitting the space bar. That is actually a Chrome function from what I understand. It's not even a StreamYard hotkey. It's a hotkey in Chrome. But you could configure that space bar as a Stream Deck button. There are some other ones. I don't know what they are. You can configure those. How I'm able to use my Stream Deck and stream with StreamYard is because I'm using OBS. And so I'm actually using Stream Deck to control OBS, which is what you're seeing here, because I'm using the OBS virtual camera. So I'm able to push the buttons and do some things over there and then push it here to you. So while they are working on an integration, though, I can tell you that right now that the StreamYard team, the developers, they are working on Stream Deck integration. They're looking at, there's a lot of complexities in it. They want to be very careful. So it is something in their queue that they are absolutely working on. So hit that space bar and go with that, right? Okay, cool. So I think we got some more questions here. So let's get to some more questions. Let's see. CK says, any good book recommendations for streamers or strategy? Ooh, that is a really great question. So I know that Daryl Eves has a book that everybody talks about. Gosh, it's eluding me right now. I know y'all know it. You guys already know it, don't you? Daryl Eves, what's his book? He's got a book. It's like super good, right? I'm pretty sure somebody posted it in the comments. Daryl Eves' book. Daryl Eves' book. The YouTube formula. Gosh, I have heard that book is really, really, really good. And I've heard that there's a lot of stuff in there that is like exceptional in regards to implementing into your video strategy. The thing that's crazy about live video is it's marketing, right? You're putting yourself out there. So the other book that I definitely recommend is, anything around, hold on. Let me pull it up. Anything around knowing your audience. And I do think that building a story brand, Donald Miller, this book is something I think any business owner should read. It is a book that I think is great. I really do believe in a lot of things about it. There's a lot that you're going to learn in there about learning about your audience. So anything around that's going to help you develop a mindset that you're learning from your audience what they need and how to cater to them. that's going to help your streams. It's going to help you build that stuff up. The other thing, the other books that I like are honestly just books about confidence. Like truly, books about confidence, books about being vulnerable, how to understand yourself, how to understand your own limitations, meaning your brain, the mindset stuff. Because I do think that live video does have and does require a little bit of a muscle, a mental muscle of mindset to come out there, because it is live. And I think people get nervous about making mistakes or about doing things wrong or things breaking. And I do think there's a lot of mindset work behind it. And so I do think any kind of mindset or book about mindset is really, really good. I will tell you that a book that I love that's not necessarily about live streaming, but it's just a really good book about anybody who is pursuing a dream or pursuing business ventures or wanting to do things, is called Finished. Give Yourself the Gift of Done, and it's written by Jon Acuff. Jon Acuff is a really good author. He's really funny too. So I actually recommend the audio version because he does a really good job reading it, and it's very just like entertaining to read. So I love that book. So that's kind of my thought on that. Let's see. Intan says, any suggestions for a lavalier mic? Oh, okay. I'm going to say not yet, but okay. So obviously there's the Rode Wireless Go microphones. Those are very popular. You can clip it onto and you can put a lapel mic from it, or you can hook it up right here. It's like that little box. I just ordered basically another version of that by a brand called Cinco, which I'm not sure if it's new or up and coming or if it's just becoming more popular, but I'm hearing so much about this brand lately. And I finally got to check out their version of that Rode Wireless Go mic, and I ordered it, and it's arriving tomorrow. So I'm actually going to be trying it out, checking it out to see. So the thing that's cool about lavalier mics are the ones that, they attach to you. What's really great about those, so for streamers especially, if you're going to be moving around a lot, and you need to be doing a demo, or you're like, if I'm going to come back here and be like, hey, let me show you this book over here. Right? Like what was that? Like a zombie, like, I don't know. What was that? My Frankenstein walk? I'm not sure what that was. But the point is that if you need to move around, this mic is not moving with me. Like, it's not coming with me, right? But a lavalier mic is. And so if you need to be doing, if you're a crafter, an artist, and you're doing a fitness instructor, and your live streams, you're not stationary, then a lav mic is going to be great. Yeah, Synco. So Synco is here. It's Synco, actually. Synco. Let me find the actual mic. It's the Wear G. I think this is it. Whoa. It's the G2 or something. Something like that. Yeah, it literally looks just like the Rode Wireless Go. So it's Synco, Synco. That is the mic. So let me see here. Actually, hold on real fast. Kathleen, I'm going to have you can, if you want to, you don't have to. You can put a link up in here. I'm going to give you the Amazon link so you can put the proper link in there. I'm going to get this to her in a second. I'm telling you, this brand, I'm hearing so much about it. Even Doc Rock, I think, was talking about this brand. I just heard him talking about this brand the other day. My friend James Hicks, who's also a friend of the show, he also was just talking about this brand as well. It's definitely a popular up and coming brand. Okay, hold on. Kathleen, if you want to make that a proper link, and if you want to share it. If not, but yeah, it's the Synco G2. That's what that thing is. So, okay. Let me see here. I want to find my place. I lost my place for a second. Okay, here we go. Oh, if you're nervous about doing a live show, maybe a collaboration with another may settle the nerves. So yes and no. Here's what I would say. I do think collaborations are great, especially if you're feeling a little anxious about doing your own show. But I also think it's really critical that you build a brand. You got to build your own brand. So if you have your own brand and it's very established, maybe through a podcast or something else, and you all of a sudden now want to get into live streaming, then you could potentially look at a collaboration. But always remember, a collaboration is like a partnership. Even if you're just creating content and it's fun, a collaboration is like a partnership. And so when you are going to collaborate with somebody, you have to be very careful about who you pick, who you decide to do that with, because all of a sudden now it's a mutual brand type of situation. So I do like this idea, but I also say be a little careful about it. I would love to see you establish your brand first, but maybe on the flip side is go be a guest in people's content. Maybe try being a guest to kind of get some of that, those kinks worked out, so that you can kind of get a little bit of the feel and get used to being live, but in somebody else's show before you create your own show. That would be my thought to that. So, but a good thought there for sure. Okay. All right. How Landlord Advocates has, how can we use OBS to differentiate multi-webcams when the cameras are the same make and model of camera? How can we use OBS to differentiate multiple webcams when the cameras are the same make and model of camera? So here's what I would suggest. So what Landlord Advocates is referring to is that when you set up your scenes and you add your video inputs, let's say you have the Sony a6100 and you have 3 of them because you are awesome and maybe have a little extra cash in your pocket, then you have these awesome cameras, right? If you do, then you can't call them like Sony a6100s, because if once you use that name for one camera, you can't use it again for something else. What I have done, and I think it helps Landlord Advocates, is especially if your setup is fairly stationary. So for example, my Brio is my behind the scenes camera. It's literally called behind the scenes. That is what I've called it. That's what the scene is called, behind the scenes. So maybe think about naming them for where they are and what their role is. So if you have a bird's eye view camera, if you have a camera up top, call it bird's eye. You know what I mean? So Sony bird's eye, Sony front camera, Sony back camera. That's what I would name them. I would not, don't worry about the models. It really doesn't matter. To be honest, you can call them whatever you want. You can call them Cam 1, Cam 2, Cam 3. Doesn't matter. So, but I would name them with what their role is. That's what I've done because it makes it easier for me when I look and I need to click. I don't want to sit there and think, wait, is it my Logitech 920 that's behind me or is it my Logitech Brio that's behind me? Crap. I don't care. I just want to click on, behind the scenes. That's what I want to click on. And then I want to click on forward camera, right? So I would recommend you name them based on how you're doing that. So good question though. I liked it. I definitely liked the question. Okay. We have another question from CK. CK, all up in the questions today. I love it. Okay, so what are you currently talking about on your podcast? My podcast is actually about, it's called the DIY Marketing School Podcast. And essentially what I love to do is I love to help people who are DIYers, right? Like that's why I love that scrappy. I like being scrappy because if you can't hire people, if you want to learn things yourself, you want to do it yourself, I think all people should start out a little DIY so that they can learn things before they outsource things. I think some things maybe you just outsource from the get-go, but try to do things yourself first. And then when you hire people or you ask people to help you, you're actually going to be that much more informed. So I love DIYing things yourself. I personally think it's fun. So my audience, they're DIYers, right? A lot of you are DIYers, right? You're doing this stuff. That's why you love to watch Luria. You learn so much from her. That's why I started watching Luria because I learned so much. She's one of my mentors too. And so my podcast is all about catering towards people who are marketing themselves, whether they be thought leaders, small business owners who are trying to get themselves out online, or online entrepreneurs and creators, right? Online creators. And so those are my people. And what I like to talk about are ways to do that. So I talk about things like my favorite applications like Canva. I talk about live streaming a lot because I think it's a great way to market yourself. I talk about mindset a lot because I think I have found through my live videos and working with people that a lot of the things that get in people's way is the mindset. So I actually talk a lot about mindset things too and tips to get over things. I talk about planning your content. I talk about coming up with ideas for your content. And so that's essentially what my podcast is about. All those fun things. So there you go. I'm getting ready to launch a new podcast with my friends though. It's going to be fun. It's going to be kind of funny. It's going to be about all the other conversations that you don't have online, the ones you have behind the scenes. We're going to be peeling back the curtain on that one. So super good stuff. Well, my friends, CK says, I love asking questions and you have such great info, so I take every opportunity to pick your brain. Well, CK, I love it when you're showing up in the comments with me, hanging out. So super fun stuff. Let's see. Last night I tried to invite someone in through my link and they said they had to sign up. Is that true? Are you referring to Streamyard or are you referring to another application? So give me that follow-up, Studio 1209, because I would love to answer that question. If you're referring to StreamYard, even ECAMM, RESTREAM, any of them, they don't even have to have a social media account to join your StreamYard. Okay, so no, that is not true. They do not have to sign up for anything. What I will say is this: if you're trying to invite someone to your stream, you go create that stream in your studio, and then when you do, you're going to get a link. It's going to say invite. It's actually going to say, Well, let me just show you. How about I just show you real fast? Let me go in to create a broadcast. I'm going to do a fake one. Don't freak out. Live streaming pros, my people are like, what is she doing? Don't worry. This is a test. This is a demo. Okay. So once you create your broadcast, share my screen. So you create the broadcast, okay? It's going to show up. It's actually going to take you right to the studio. You don't even have to schedule it at this point. You can just create it. And you're going to see, here I am. When you're done, just say enter studio. And then right down here at the bottom, it says invite. Okay. When you click that link right there is what you're going to send to the person who's going to join your broadcast as a guest. Now, I like to use this little email button because it's going to actually pull up some like tips that you can send to your guests as well. But if you're using Messenger or even Gmail, use those. It's going to give them some stuff. That's the link. So make sure you're sending them that link. If they go to that link, this is literally what it's going to do. This is literally what they're going to see. As you can see, it's not making me create anything. It's not making me sign up. It's going to say allow mic and camera access. So I'm going to say allow. Hopefully it doesn't break something. It's not going to work for me because I'm already using my camera. But as you can see, it's not prompting me to make anything. So that's actually what they will go through. And so no, it should not be. It did. It broke me. I can fix this. I will fix it. This is what happens sometimes when I'm using OBS and it tries to use and my camera input gets all connected more than once to something, it gets wonky. But I can fix it. I can fix this. It only takes a second. So bear with me. You know what I should do? Let me see here. This is so annoying when it does this. Yeah, it'll take just a second. Let me undisplay this. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Don't leave. Don't leave so we can properly close this bad boy out. Okay? All right, hold on. See? I told you. It would just take a second, and I'm back, and we're all good now, right? Okay, so yeah, that was not a filter. That was just called weird, quirky, techie stuff. Little trippy, yes. So yeah, he said they lied. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't click that link. I'm not sure what to tell you, but they should not have to create a new account. So great question. Definitely glad that was asked because I wanted to fix it. Yeah, good save. Here's what's cool I will say this is what I love about StreamYard is that it is not going to, it's not going to turn off your stream if you close your browser. Or if you lose internet connection, if your power goes out and all of a sudden comes back on, it will not end your stream. So you can actually recover like that. So what I did is what happens sometimes with the technology I'm using is that sometimes if my camera is being used by OBS, this seems to only happen when I'm using OBS virtual camera. If I open another application that tries to grab my cam link, it goes and it gets all wonky like that. So if anyone in the audience knows if there's something for me to do to mitigate that or to not have that happen, like, because it didn't used to happen. It just started happening to me about 3 or 4 months ago. But all of a sudden it's starting to happen now. And so all I had to do was I had to essentially, I could have turned my camera off, closed OBS, reopen OBS, and then refresh StreamYard, and it would have been fast. But what I did was I closed StreamYard, closed OBS, opened OBS, turned it back on, went back to the stream, and voila, I was back. So that's what I did. But I was able to do that and essentially recover the stream. One of the things I love to do, and I love to have as a standby, because if I were to have this, which I don't have it right now because I don't have it set up in StreamYard or Live Streaming Pros' StreamYard account, is a be right back screen. So if you have this is why be right back screens are great. Now you can do them as GIF files, so they loop, but you can also do it as a background file, because when you take yourself out of the stream, it's going to be your background that's displayed unless you have an overlay that you also have selected. So using a Be Right Back screen, I would have turned that on first before leaving the stream, and you all would have seen a Be Right Back screen. So there you would have known, hey, she's going to be right back. This is going to be fine. Or if somebody enters during that time, which maybe took what? 30, 40 seconds, maybe you need a little more time. That Be Right Back screen is if somebody enters the stream, they know, wait, what's going on? They know they're not entering like a dead stream. They know that you're going to be right back. So that's another great asset for you to have in your arsenal of graphics in your stream, so that you can actually use the Be Right Back screen. So definitely one of those things. Okay, I probably have time for a couple more questions. I see that we have Miss Eileen Smith in the house. She says, with StreamYard, you can require that your guests sign in with social sites. It's the guest must authenticate option. Oh, that is true. Thank you, Eileen. That is probably what's happening. That is a setting. So that is one of your master settings. So back to Studio 1209, make sure in your master settings, which you find out to the far right, by the way, inside your studio, that you may have that set up. And if that is the case, that Eileen is totally right. That's probably what's happening. So maybe they're not totally lying to you. Right? Maybe they're not totally lying to you. So, okay, CK says, can you please do that sound effect again? That was great. How can I get that sound file for my stream? Which one did I do? I do lots of sound effects. Was it that one? I should record that. CK, I'll record that and give it to you. You can have it. You can totally have. Is that the one you were talking about? I don't know which one you were talking about, but anyway. All right, my friends, you guys, this was super fun. I hope that you guys had a good time. We are definitely, okay, she said, yep, that was it. I think I'll have to do that, won't I? I'm going to have to do that. So, all right. Where can Mulane TV said, where can I find your podcast? It's actually everywhere. So my podcast is all over the place. It's called the DIY Marketing School. So just search DIY Marketing School and you will find it. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the places. You can even ask your Echo device to play it if you want to. So anyways, y'all, this was awesome. Thanks for letting me be here today. This was so fun. I love when Luria lets me kind of come in and do a little takeover. I love everything Luria's doing. I've learned so much from her and her team, and it's been great. And it's an honor for me to come here and hang out with you guys today, and for you guys to hang out with me. And I just love and appreciate all of you guys asking such great questions today and the conversation that we got to have. Make sure, if you're new or if you haven't been tuning into Live Streaming Pros, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because Luria, I don't know about you guys, I mean, I am loving Luria's new videos. I love these new videos that she's creating. They are super fun. They're so educational. They are so helpful. So if you are doing live streaming or wanting to get into live streaming or level up your lives, you definitely want to make sure you subscribe to this channel, because not only does Luria do great Q&As, but she also is providing amazing value in her content. So you can search about microphones and cameras, and probably any question you have, she's probably already answered in one of her videos or in an upcoming video that she's got planned. So make sure you subscribe to the channel for sure, so that you don't miss out. This was super fun. I appreciate all of you guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Have an awesome day, everybody. See ya.